So the last good sized project we did, the triangles project, I kind of did the initial refactoring for you guys and then did some analysis on it. I think with this DefPoly program that's in section 1.5, I think what I want to do is try and walk through the refactoring on video here, so you guys can kind of see the process and get a feel for how to poke around in code and do refactoring for yourself, so you kind of can figure out what's going on. And again, just to remind you, refactoring means rewriting the code to make it clearer without changing any behavior. So refactoring is something you typically do when you're getting ready to make some changes to a program, just to make sure you're clear on what's going on. And for this exercise, for this analysis piece, we're going to be doing this just to make sure we have a clear understanding of how DefPoly works. And then we'll be able to make use of some of the code in here later to draw vectors and lines and vectors that we'll be getting to vectors in the next chapter. So, okay, so the first thing I want to do here is actually, I think the first thing I like to do with these guys is just make sure they're formatted nicely, because that's one of the things that makes code a lot easier to read, is if it's formatted nicely. So I'm going to just go to source and pick format, and that'll rearrange things a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. This line looks like it's stuck in an extra line here, so I'll get rid of that. And alright, so the rest of it looks pretty decent. And this comment stuff, I think what I want is to have this be, like, say, part of the Java doc for this class. So I'm going to move this. I'll cut it from here and paste it right over the header, for the class definition there. And to put it into Java doc format, what that means is I need to do something like this. 2 of these and 1 of those at the bottom there. And then in here, these guys should just be single asterisks. So let me see here. Let's see if I can paste format. Oh, find selection. I wonder if that'll let me, or if I do a, actually, I want to do a replace. I wonder if it'll let me replace inside a selection. Does it let me do that? Okay, match case, whole word, regular expression, highlight matches, wraparound. I don't see anything like that. So I don't know. If you guys know of a way where I can just select some code and it'll just make the changes inside that code, let me know. But I think I have to actually just go through these one at a time and do this, because I don't want to necessarily, there might be some other comments in here. Actually, let me see. Are there? No, I don't see any other ones actually. So I guess it would be safe to just find this and replace it with space asterisk. So let's try that. Yeah, looks like that didn't break anything. So if I, oh yeah, see, this is what I was worried about, but it didn't affect that. That's interesting. Yeah, because I was afraid it was going to, change valid comments into something else, but it looks okay. And then I'll just fill in here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so this looks more like a, oops, one more space here. So this looks more like a Java doc. So this will be picked up by Java doc now for the definition of this class. Is there anything else I want to do here? As far as like general class stuff, I like to explicitly say if a method is public or private or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in, make the class is going to be public. I want the constructor needs to be public so that I can use it, other places. Well, it can't be private, let's say. This can be private. So only the methods that are going to be used by other classes need to be public. And I'm just using either public or private for right now. But I like to be explicit about it. It's not critical, really, but I think it's just better to be explicit about things than leave it open to question. So this looks like, yeah, this stuff will all still work. So yeah, just some very general cosmetic things at this point, and I think we've got like a decent formatting. I would like to actually go in and add comments to the different methods. That's probably something I want to do next. So, but I think we've got a start on at least starting to clean things up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and say run. Make sure it still works. Does what it's supposed to do. So according to the book, the first vertex is drawn as a tiny rectangle. So we click, we get a tiny rectangle. I'm looking now on page 22 of the course text. And then it says the next thing is if a latter vertex is inside the tiny rectangle, the drawing rectangle is complete. So let's try to draw a complete polygon here. So if I get right inside, this is kind of hard to get right in that teeny tiny square, but I'm going to see if I can do it here. And now if I start drawing another polygon, it should just erase the old polygon and let me draw a new one. It looks like that works. And again in the teeny tiny square. One thing I notice, I think I missed, yeah, see if you don't get it right in that little square, then you're out of luck. Okay, so one thing I noticed, though, another thing that it says only vertices in the drawing rectangle are drawn, and actually in the original one it does let you draw vertices outside of the drawing rectangle, which is not cool. So we're going to have to do something about that. And let's see, the drawing rectangle is either as high or as wide as the window, but maintains its shape. And if we have a polygon inside here, and we resize the drawing rectangle, or the polygon resizes to scale with the drawing rectangle. So we have an isomorphic mapping here, right? Because it's like the aspect ratio is locked here. Okay, so those are the main requirements. It looks like those are all okay, so we haven't broken it. So, so I think that's enough for now, and then in the next video we'll add some comments to the individual methods.